Boom! California grid down survival training. I've joined forces with Thomas Coyne to bring a once-in-a-lifetime training opportunity to the state of California. He's a survival expert, I'm a tactical expert. We're joining forces to teach a course on what to do, how to survive, how to thrive in a California grid down scenario. If you're interested in that level of training, use the link below to get first right and refusal when we roll this course out, and watch the video of what I've been doing training with Thomas Coyne so you can get a sneak peek into what it's actually gonna be like. Check out the video, use the link beneath this screen in order to get on the roster so you get first right and refusal to join this course. This is a once-in-a-lifetime training opportunity, the fusion of small unit tactics and survival skills relative to California, where you may live. Enjoy the show.
Boom! So this last weekend, I did a thing, right? Thomas Coyne Survival Course. I went to Thomas Coyne, he's a survival expert, changing the game of outdoor survival and instruction. He's basically like, he's redefining what it is to take a survival and outdoor wilderness survival course. He's got amazing courses, everything from Alaskan survival, like with nothing but a pocket knife for a week, which I don't know if I'm gonna take, because to be completely honest with you, I'm from the Bahamas and like, I really don't like being cold. Like after the Marine Corps, I don't need to be cold, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like unless I need to, you know, anyways, God bless you. So he's got some amazing courses. Austere Medical is the one I just took with Wilderness Survival and Austere Medical. It was an amazing course. This was a 3-day jump, a 3-day course. And I would say that, you know, this was above and beyond a lot of the training that I got in the Marine Corps. In a lot of ways, we didn't get trained on survival. That wasn't the mission, but we got trained on quite a few outdoor skills and things like that. This took everything to the next level. You know, I was thoroughly impressed with the instructors that he had there. I was thoroughly impressed with the amount of attention that we got when it came to a lot of things. But I would say most of all, what was really valuable and is really valuable about a course like this is being able to go and actually do the things, right? So being able to go and actually create a shelter and out of nothing but what's around, and understand the inner workings of that, and understand the structural requirements and the padding and all the different things you have to find necessary to insulate, the insulation requirements of building a shelter. Understanding water purification, making fires, identifying brush and the different uses and things that you can use for food and medicine, and how to deal with the different bites and snakes and bugs out there, and all those different things made this course extremely valuable. Yes, because of the instruction, but also just to get some reps, you know. And when we went through the course, you know, it was kind of interesting. And with the austere medical stuff, there's, you know, obviously for what I do in executive protection and being a lifelong professional combatant, you know, we get a lot of instruction on certain things like medical and stuff like that. But understanding the difference between your TCCC, TECC, you know, and your actual, which is a lot of that is trauma centric. Tactical emergency casualty care. A lot of that is trauma centric, and then understanding the difference between austere medical, where a lot of that is improvisation and understanding extended care, you know, because you don't know when help's going to arrive, and you also don't know how long you're going to have to move a patient before you can get them to help. And there's a whole different decision matrix that you're going to have to be able to go through with regards to understanding the elements and whether you should stay with that patient or secure that patient, you know, a lot of elements around what emergency services will do when it comes to rescuing you. We want to believe it's like the movies where they're just going to show up and rescue you instantly, when in all actuality, you know, they may make a few passes until they feel that it's safe to get you out of there. You might be there for days and they know you're there, but if certain conditions aren't right, they will not come get you. So learned a lot of extremely valuable things there. Got to put hands on. Day one was we showed up and they showed us multiple ways to make a fire. A lot of ways that you can prepare so that making a fire in the wilderness is much easier. A lot of things they really advised me on what I'm gonna put in all my vehicles and, you know, all my family's vehicles. But the only linchpin to that is now the family's gotta take the training, right? You can take some of it back and show them how it works. It's really cool. And I also believe that Understanding wilderness survival is something you should be doing in your own environment. So whatever state you live in, you should be doing courses. Thomas Coyne's got courses all over the place, and they're some of the best courses, so check out his website. But you should find someone who teaches wilderness survival in and around your environment, right? You'll be able to find some of the moments from the course in our Civilian Protector project at protectornation.com. But just a little bit more on the course. The first day we really did a lot of fire starting stuff, which was awesome. And then we went into building shelters, and you'd be surprised at what it really takes to be able to build a shelter in the wild. First thing I'd say is understanding the structure and putting your hands on it, super valuable. But then understanding what it really takes to do it and insulate, how many materials you need to consolidate, exactly what materials you need to consolidate, selecting the right site for where you're gonna actually build the thing. That's a whole nother competence that you're gonna need. Understanding how close to make the door to your wind, to what you're using to block the wind at the mouth of your cave, how close to have a fire to your actual shelter that you're building. These are all considerations that without just watching a video or without the course itself would be very difficult to estimate properly. You'd have to learn some hard lessons in the wild where exposure kills people, right? And then understanding, how to make it sturdy enough so that it can stand up, and then actually getting a chance to get in there and see what it would feel like to live in one of these things. Me and my group did a great job. I think we built an amazing shelter, and a lot of people slept in their shelters overnight. I didn't, because I've already been in the Marine Corps and I know what it's like to do stuff like that. But a lot of people did, and they said it was really warm and good for them. If you haven't done this stuff, go in there, go sleep in the shelter. It's amazing. But people did. We were up in the mountains at the foot of Big Bear. It was freezing cold. And if you can build a shelter and survive in that climate, you can definitely do it out here, right? So learning things like that, tremendous skills. The second day, we did quite a bit of we got into water purification as well on the first day. Actually, on the first day, we also got into water purification. What can you expect from water located in different regions, close to humans, far away from humans? What kind of parasites, what kind of sicknesses are you dealing with? What kind of tablets can you use? What kind of ways can you purify water if you don't have tablets? And what exactly does that get out of the water, and what do you still have to worry about? So understanding your water source and then how to clean that water source, these are amazing skills, right? And then into the second day, we did some pretty cool, we learned how to make things like make rope out of different plants, how to identify different plants, the uses of different plants, in terms of what can help you with a stomach ache, what can help you if you get any of those sicknesses you get out in the wilderness, what kind of plants you can braid and make string out of so you can make different traps and things that you would need out there to survive in the wild for a long period of time. What types of trees you can chew on that are like aspirin and things like that, right? The willow trees, stuff like this, super cool. What kind of trees are good for making spears and assembling different tools you need for the next segment, which was making a fire, which was how to make a fire, man. And we sat there with our bow and our drills, and we tried to make fires. And personally, it's a relatively sophisticated skill. There are lots of different components to it that need to be right for you to be able to pull it off. So it's something that you should practice, but understanding how to do it, these are huge. These are skills that can save your life. And then on the third day, just getting all the tools that you need, the right tools, identifying the right type of branch you need to make your friction device and your bow and your drill and your piece of wood that you're gonna build the whole thing on. Gnarly stuff, but I know how to do it now, And then getting into the final day, we started to really dig more into the austere medical, prolonged care, identifying different symptoms, different things that you would be dealing with out in the wild, and liaising with different first responder assets that would come get you, communication devices, tracking devices, all the different things that you want to pack with you, bring with you, bug out with you. It was just a tremendous 72-hour deep dive into, what it really takes to survive out in the wilderness. And I would say the course wasn't so difficult that I would discourage anyone from going. It wasn't about being hard. It was really about learning in the environment that you may need to perform in. And so that's what I really loved about it. It was a relaxed enough environment to integrate and really digest all the lessons, and you got enough time to practice and got coached on all the lessons to really be able to walk away with it with some serious skills. So want to give give Thomas Coyne an amazing shout out. I will be taking more training with him. I want to make a special announcement for something you guys should be watching out for, which is going to be me and Thomas Coyne joining forces on a California grid down survival course, which is designed to give you the skills you need out here in Southern California should the grid go down. How do you bug out with your family? How do you rendezvous with your family? How do you bug out with your family? How do you overland in terrain that is a little bit rougher? How do you do vehicle recovery? How do you establish the social hierarchy necessary to be able to survive under stress out there in the wilderness? We're going to integrate some Marine Corps forward operation-based tactics, patrol tactics, small unit tactics with the survival skills, processing different animals and things that you might encounter out here. And if you can do a goat, you can do a deer, right? So different things like that. We're gonna have different animals that we're gonna process, and it's gonna be an amazing time. And it's gonna be a 3-day course, and we're gonna be on, and we're gonna keep you in that state that you would be in if you did have to evacuate the city with your family and survive up in the hills for 72 hours. This will not just be a learning experience, but it will be an experience. It will be an experiential learning experience that is gonna take your outdoor survival and your small unit tactics, because you and your family are a small unit, to the next level. So keep an eye out for that. By the time I drop this video, there might be an opportunity to sign up underneath this video, but keep an eye out for that link. If you're interested in that course specifically, send us an email, reach out to us through the websites underneath this video. And I look forward to training more with Thomas Coyne and doing more courses that will help good people to become more willing, capable, prepared, and yes, more dangerous.